Black Alpha Network. Power to the people.
But this is what we wanted to do. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff going on. And here's the thing. I see a lot of brothers and sisters who are trying to be productive, but then you have what I call parasite Twitter. Okay. And parasite Twitter is always going to be parasitic, and they're going to always try to bring people down. Sometimes it's hard to be the voice of reason. Sometimes it's hard to be productive. But what we wanted to do was make sure we get this conversation right on page. As our brother Harriet Tubman's Pistol was just saying, ain't nobody going to remember your Twitter be 15 years from now. They ain't going to remember it 5 years from now. We're going to remember what we done, the work we put in, and how we grind it together as a team, as a unit, as a family. I always say the FBA family tree. I don't care what branch you're a part of. I don't care what side you go. I don't care what your accent is. If you're a part of this right here, then that's what we are and we represent. So anytime there's some type of conflict that, pops off and it gets to the point where it starts disrupting the actual meaning of what we're trying to do, then we're going to have these spaces and we're going to sit down and we're going to chop it up and we're going to be grown and we're going to be businessmen and women and we're going to handle it the right way. If it get rough, it get rough. If people start bumping heads a little bit, we're going to bump heads a little bit. But it will not get to the point where it disrupts my reparations claim, your reparations claim, our reparations claim. Because as Harriet Tubman's Pistol just said, this is all about the youth. This is all about the young folks. You understand? I just put up today on my YouTube channel a picture of Breonna Taylor with her mother. I put up Emmett Till with his mother. I put up Tamir Rice with his mother. I put up, what's my man's name? Freddie Gray with his mother. This is what we put up today because it's all about the next generation. If you ain't in it for the next generation, you need to sit your ass down because it ain't just about you. It's about everybody. And if anybody got a problem or gets in the way of us generating generational wealth for the kids coming up after us, then we gonna have a motherfucking problem. You understand? So let's keep this thing thorough. Let's stay focused on the task in hand. And we are strong by ourselves, but we stronger together. And one thing I always know is the more we stay focused, the more we stay on ours, all the bullshit and the nonsense will go to the side, and we're gonna go exactly where our destiny is, and that's to get that check, and nothing will stop it. I'll send it to Marcel Zilla, however you guys want to take it, but I want to get back to the hands because we are on one. So everybody want to get the reparations conversation back on track, and this space right here, consider it back on track because we all working. Let's go.
Hey, and as a father, I want to be, I'm not a grandfather yet, but I want my grandchildren to be the first generation born in to the reparation of perpetual generation, reparations. So if it's even in my state, I would be comfortable with that. But let's think along them lines. Let's think about, because for me, it's grandchildren because my children are grown. So grandchildren, I want my grandbabies to be born with reparations already on the books. They first year. Think about what we're talking about, family. You got a little bitty baby came right on into the world. That little baby worth $123,000 this year. That ain't no damn tax return, is it, family? Now we all done had that earned tax income credit. Shit, that can't hold a candle to the reparations. Come on now, talk to me, family. It's on y'all, family.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to the hand. What is it?
It is promote Black FBA.
On mine, it says that person is disconnecting right now, so I can't see if they ready to speak or not.
Promote Black, are you there? Okay. U.S. Freeman on code.
Yes, thank you. I really just came up here also to give Miss Giselle her flowers, but also to shout out, U.S. Freeman, myself, Nina Friedman, because a lot of my education, and I'm very big on education. And I put in thousands of work, and a lot of my human resources has definitely been used all over, and so I am showing off, and I for that. Also, Brother Mark Anthony, Also, Miss Giselle, Mark Anthony, Nina Rivers, Jay. You're familiar with them, Marcel. They came.
Definitely.
Yep, they came through U.S. Freeman as well. So yeah, I'm shouting us out. We also aided in that Baltimore and several marches and several other things. So I did. You said we could show off, so I did jump at the opportunity. I have thousands and thousands of hours of education where I educate Monday through Friday on Clubhouse, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. When I come to Twitter, I really don't know who's in the beef most times if I don't read like the spaces, because I come and drop need to know information, political history, and the likes. So when you're about that business and you have to have a laser focus to do that, I think when people linger in certain spaces, they're setting themselves up to be idle-minded and more prone to gossip and things of that nature. Um, when really you can just use the space. I'm very big on education. I don't care if it's musical, environmental. I've done all of it, and I'm still doing it. I'm moving on to economics now. In case you're on Clubhouse and want to get into that, I'm doing hammer and hoe, but I'm also doing a economic space um, coming up too. So I am hosting multiple rooms, and that comes because of the consistent way I move in terms of education and giving back. And I agree with the sister that sometimes people are blocked. They may be blocking their blessing, but I also believe if it keeps the peace, do what needs to keep the peace and keep you focused on the work. But yeah, I wanted to shout out U.S. Freeman on Code because a lot of the good that we do, and everybody won't be recognized. I know there's millions of people like myself who just, and I mean, that's part of, we've always been in a civil rights movement. So that's throughout history. Every name will not be called. Doesn't mean people aren't working and doing the work. So yeah, less clicks, less gossiping, and more education, more, all hands on deck. I don't care what your gifts are. I'm not here to say who's doing something better than the other. Just bring what a gift you have to the table and get involved and stay involved. And I yield with that. But yeah, I wanted to shout out. We've done a lot of great work.
And you still are, because those names you mentioned, I know Mark is, and you too apparently. And I know Mark is on Twitter. I mean Clubhouse. I've been on Clubhouse a few times, not often, but I know Nina very well because Nina's here in South Carolina with me. She's right in Charleston, and
Right.
Nina said my campaign many, many times. I mean, she's one of the people I can call, and no matter when she'll show up.
Is she silent, Marcel? There people know her name. She ain't on the scene. She ain't cloud chasing.
Right.
I
She's very
am proud of
behind
her.
the scenes, but yeah. She's very much a rider for our people. And to these people trying to get on Twitter, you got to keep trying. Y'all know how this app works. Why are you telling me I'm not the technical support team for Twitter? Okay, I'm doing my best. T-Way.
Okay, it's been very hard to get on the space. I guess y'all pulling too much from the algorithm or something, but we're pushing out there. But I had a few questions, and this thing went a lot of different ways. I was just hoping to hear. I've been on the space a while, and I haven't heard Black Alpha's or Big Zilla's position on the Gabe, the Italian position, how they felt. I was hoping to get their position, how they felt about this Italian running in the Chicago space on the Reparations platform. That's one of the questions I had for you guys. And I was just wondering how valuable it was to get this candidate in office at the expense of so much political capital. Because he might not win this time, he might not win the next time, but it's going to take a lot of capital of our money, our energy, to get him in office. And it's already been 7 days, 8 days, or 4 or 5 days of us talking about him consecutively, and it's already taken a lot of time and energy. And I was hoping maybe we could see the prudence or the wherewithal. There's 50 other aldermen in that space, in that city, that might garner the same scrutiny. You know, we spend 7 days or 5, 6, 7 days on one person, on an Italian man. Now, I don't have a problem with him as an individual, but I do have a problem with setting somebody else outside of our group to be the face of our group, the face of our fight. And maybe we can use this off calendar year, off calendar month to measure our push, our energy, our money, our fundraising power in February. But we're going to need all this energy, all this acumen come 2024. But we all know where we're headed as a black community. So maybe some of this energy can be used to find in some more black faces. They're not going to be just black faces in high places, but black faces as our advocates, not some Italian man. You know, I want to know your guys' opinion. And moving on from that topic, all the other groups on this Twitter space have zeroed in to the code. That's not on code, having that man represent us. It's only one group. I don't know. I wonder how y'all feel about the Pan-Africanists, the FBA, the tribe. Only the freedmen are standing in front of him.
I had to mute this brother because his background is killing me. But I do want to, and I got this, Marcel. I got this one. I wanted to address this. Marcel, are you still? Are you there, Marcel?
Yeah, if I'm here, I'll wait for y'all to speak so I can speak.
Yeah, let me go ahead and address this, bro. So what I want to say is this. My answer to how I look at this Gabe individual, I look at him as just another individual who is a politician. So again, I'm not considering color or complexion. Marcel, you got some noise going on. Can you mute yourself, bro? Okay. So, like, I'm not a politician, but for me, I do understand the business of politics. So, there are elements along what you're asking that say, well, what do I think about this person? You asked a few questions, actually. So, number one, the only question that you asked that's actually pertaining to reparations is about the business of politics. And that's the Gabe question. Everything else is subjectional. So what I want to say is, if any candidate that is representing themselves before your community is promising to deliver, number one, they need to have a track record of presenting and delivering promises to you. If they don't, then you go ahead and move on. Because this is intellectual understanding. We are mature adults. A person, you don't start asking questions like y'all are asking questions of the level of what's 3-card Monty. If it's a hustle, it's a goddamn hustle. Stop asking real intelligent people stupid questions. If you got enough sense to know that somebody's selling you bullshit, call bullshit. You don't need me or Black Alpha to explain that to you. You don't need Tariq Nasheed or Jason Black to tell you. What we're saying is there is enough information right before all of your very ears and eyes to sit up here and decipher this for yourself. Stop looking for someone else to make a man choice for you. Either you rock with something or you don't. Just like our brother Dwan B said earlier, because I wish we could have actually clarified it then, but we have to fast forward now. That is what is a man decision. You are owning your choice. You're owning the square that you stand on. So if you rock with the dude that says something that is beneficial for you and your lineage and your community, cool. If you don't, then also cool. You don't have to look to me because I don't live in Chicago. I live in Portland, Oregon. My brother lives in Atlanta, not Atlanta. My brother lives in Georgia, South Georgia. So with that being said, you have South Carolina, Georgia, and Oregon represented in a question talking about somebody in Illinois. How is that relevant to our reparations conversation here? We get so caught up on the minuscule bullshit ass conversations that we start believing that they mean something. They don't. So who the fuck gives a shit about Gabe? Either he's for us or he's not. Are you for reparations? Because this is a whole bunch of black folks in this bitch. He ain't here. He ain't standing on shit he's saying. So why are we even discussing this, man? You don't need to hear what I fucking feel about this dude. Y'all need to get up off that shit. Because truth be told, that's where a lot of us go off. How we feel about something. Is it a smart or wise business decision for us? That's the question I need to hear. If not, this is what I feel. I don't know this dude. He hasn't presented enough to me for me to endorse him in that neck of the woods. Now, would I blindly endorse a black candidate? Hell no. Because these niggas been sitting over here in watching gentrification happen to their own community to which they show their faces in. They're in black churches on Easter, on Mother's Day, and on Christmas, showing, yeah, this is the one that made it to judge. This is the one that made it to the politician. And your whole neighborhood is being dismantled, and they ain't said nothing. So I'm not looking for no black skin. I'm looking for somebody who got something to say about us, because this is business. Again, I'll say it. This is business. And one last time, just like Dr. Umar, this is business. You understand? You understand me? Afro Elite, you
Hey,
got
real
it.
quick, you think I can get 30 seconds to land it if I can bear with my bad background?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, like we talk about funding our politicians from beginning to end, and now we're complaining about us funding our politicians. We know who they take the money from, who they're going to answer to. So as long as Marcel ain't turning on us, it ain't sounding like he's turning on us, he should have our full support. I'll go ahead and land it.
So the $100,000 thing is a lie. I've already shut that down in a space. I asked the people who were online to come in the space and show their evidence, because I showed evidence proving it was a lie, and they couldn't come in. But you see, one thing I'm not going to do is keep entertaining questions like that, not coming after you. But at some point, we just got to grow up and say, okay, if someone says Marcel's to the money, if they don't show me proof, like actual proof that he's doing it, then I'm not even gonna pay it no attention. I hear things about a lot of people around here all the time, and I don't even give it no attention because there's no proof behind it. That's one. Two, I judge candidates based on their policies, not based on their party, not based on their race. There are many black people running for office right now that ain't trying to do a goddamn thing for us. And some of you would rather vote for a black face like Clyburn, who ain't doing a fucking thing for us, has our people living his majority black district where I've lived my entire life. The poverty here, people like Afro Elite saw it when he drove down here. We are the 6th poorest district in the United States of America, 6 out of 435. We have the most toxic water in the United States of America. And they just did a study showing that over 80% of South Carolina rivers have cancer-causing elements in them. His district has some of the highest rates of black land theft, actually the highest rate. Okay? His district has some of the worst schools, the worst roads, highest rates of amputation, highest eviction rate. And y'all are sitting here saying because he's black, though, that's A-OK. Y'all are sitting here saying that you will still vote for Clyburn, a black face that ain't did a damn thing for us, before you will vote for a white person or a non-black person who actually has lineage-based policies for us. I think that's dumb as hell. But if that's the road y'all want to walk, go ahead and walk that road. I'm not going to stop you, but I won't be on that road with you. I'm supporting Gabriel Piemonte until I see that there are other candidates that have lineage-based policies for us like he does. And I will never make no apologies for that. Now, if anyone has a problem with people of other races representing us in our fight, here's the answer. You run for office as the black candidate to represent us in our fight. It is irritating as hell. And I land there.
I guess this part where I time in. Let me say something.
No.
I'll go let you get it, brother. I'll take it. Hey, you already know what it is, man. It's business over everything. You feel me? And it's policy. I don't know if anybody remembers. I was on a space when Luke was coming out this summer, and he was having all those Democratic shield spaces. I'm sorry, I think Georgia just scored again.
Ooh, hey, man, but shout out to Georgia and shout out to Texas because that's where my wife is from. So shout out to my wife's home state.
Hey. All day, every day, family. I told you we was going to win, Sage. But here's the thing. When I was on that space with Luke, and he was talking a bunch of bullshit, and a bunch of people was telling me, hey, Black Alpha, get in here. I got in there and roasted him. And whoever that little troll Democrat shield he had with him roasted her. They got the double roast at the same time. Well, at the end of the day, one of the things he tried to hit me with is who I'm going to side with and who do we side with and this, that, and the other thing. And I told him, when it comes to us, it is policy over party, policy over politician, policy over everything. If you have a policy that is indicative of my people and will raise my people, that's who we are dealing with. And mind you, I say dealing with. There's a term we like to say, well, I'll work with you. I ain't working with you. I'm dealing with you. All right. Now, we may do work, but that doesn't mean that we're working collectively. I am dealing with these folks. When I go to work every day, I'm dealing with you. Somebody sitting across the table from me, I'm dealing with you. I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm not going to shake your hand. We're not going to be besties. None of that. We ain't going to drink RC Cola and go hang out. I don't even know if they make RC Cola no more. But at the end of the day, whatever the hell they make, we're not going to be having it because we're going to be focused on us and you're going to be focused on you. And that's the way the game goes. So in terms of handling, it is strictly business. That's an old term. I don't even know if people say that no more. Strictly business. And we are about business. So that's the way you get things done. And that's the way you get things accomplished. You don't go to the negotiation table with emotions. All right. Black folks went to the negotiation table with emotions for 60 years and they kept voting for the same people over and over and over. And like our brother Marcel just said, you're talking about the Clyburns of the world. I'm going to tell you right now, I would sit down at a table and negotiate with Donald Trump before I would with Clyburn or Broken Buck, Kari Sellers. Or Van Nessa don't.
You damn right. Because Trump was the only one. Trump was the only one that came out with a policy that said this is for Black Americans. Was it perfect? No. Was it reparations? No. But he put his name on something that said this is going to be especially for Black Americans. Clyburn ain't never done nothing like that. So I can't. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be redundant, but I just keep wanting to double down to my position to let people know I am not afraid and don't give in to what my detractors say. I don't give in to what my supporters say if I disagree with it. You see, a real leader is going to have to stand up against their enemies and their friends sometimes. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But the point of the matter is, most people don't have an issue supporting someone based off of policies. The other thing is, I get people not liking gay. That is fine. Hell, I get it. I don't trust no one. Okay? But don't be trying to don't think you're going to change my position or shame me. And like I said, who has been the one saying to us, we should not be chasing them, we should be replacing them? I've been saying that to Black people on this app for the longest. I say it all the time. So if a white person heard the message and said, well, I'm going to run a reparations platform, then oh well, for us. And that can look different. But there's that. So, yeah, y'all. I don't know if y'all want to jump in and say anything. Fred, if not, Fred is next.
Before you pop off, Fred, let me say it like this. If we ever get behind anybody from a political standpoint, it's simple as this. If we step by them and we let them know what's up, if they fuck up, they out the paint. That's the thing of the voter. That's the thing of, you ain't got to be married to somebody their whole goddamn career. You ain't got to be married to them at all. At the end of the day, you say what you say, you speak your piece. If I go and vote for somebody, I go support somebody, or I just give a motherfucker a salute. At the end of the day, when they fuck up, they out the paint. When they wrong, they off the field. We run them cleanly off the block. So the onus, at the end of the day, is really on the black grassroots. And that's what we have been doing. And I want brothers and sisters to understand that. When we vet candidates, we bring candidates on, we tell them this is what we want, we tell them this is what we need. We're doing this now because the older generation didn't do that. So there's going to be some bumps and bruises. But mind you, we were coming from a generation where they didn't give us this. They told us just to close our eyes, vote with all your emotion for the Democrats for 60 years, and you got nothing. So what we're doing now today is we're looking at it from every avenue, every position, but we always hold the power. No matter where you're looking at it from, you're holding the power of this is business. And if you do not serve me, your ass will be out the paint. And we got the power to do so. So Fred, it's on you.
Wait, real quick, before we get to Fred, and I'm going to come to you in a second, Fred, but I have to give credit to where credit is due. This brother has actually literally given up his live time on his own YouTube platform to be here with us tonight. So I want to make sure I get Afro Elite his time, if that's okay with y'all.
Yo, you already know. And y'all subscribe to my brother Afro. Please subscribe to my brother right now. Go subscribe to my brother Afro Elite.
Because this brother is here with us right now, and literally he almost should be at the damn near at the end of his live right now, and he's been with us all of this time, and he's been up here patiently waiting. So I want to make sure I give reverence where reverence and credit is due. So, Brother Afro, if you can hear me, or if you're there, go ahead and come off your mic. And, man, you ain't got to be brief because you got it. Can you hear me, brother?
No, I don't know if he's been dropped or he stepped away. I know Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. He's really trying to get up here. Now I'm trying to bring him up. If he thinks he'll come up here and do his little Tariq slander stuff, you will be challenged, because I know you're listening. I will challenge you. See, I'm not going to let y'all do to Tariq and what y'all do with me. And it's not just like, you come up here and say, oh, I think Marcel is ugly. Okay, whatever. Like, you come here and say you think Tariq is fat and ugly, whatever, and sassy. Okay, I really don't care about that. But if you come here and try to talk about something, he's stealing, he's grifting, you will be challenged on that. Because that's slander and libel, and I'm just not going to allow it. Because
I would rather hear what you have to say, what you do, because this is a alpha man space. So we don't necessarily like to waste a lot of time with another man talking about another man. So we would love for you to give your position yourself, because we honor men. We honor men right here. And, just for the record, my brother right here even is part of the alternative lifestyle. So you have no excuse. So let's come here and bare our souls and be with folks in our family. And let's be open.
Because when that's been done to me on Tariq stages, he's shut people down with it. And I will return that same respect. But that same Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. I don't see your hand, so don't think I'm ignoring you because of that. I don't see your hand. I didn't see Dion's hand. I didn't see Cash's hand. Y'all just got to keep trying. Y'all know how Twitter is. Y'all know how Twitter does. But I just want to say, if you come up here, though, thinking you're going to have a Tariq bashing session, that's not going to happen. Like, if you come up here and you insult him, about something that's petty, okay, whatever, I can care less. I don't expect y'all to be jumping off a cliff from me either. Somebody say, oh, Marcel know how to draft. You look at Marcel with those sleeve hats, okay, I can care less about that. But if somebody says something that's libel and slanderous, and it's on your sleeve, you just got to sit there and let it slide, and you kind of just pussyfoot around it? No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, as a West Coast partner, Brandon, you already got a situation going on with that brother, and you still got another court date. I wouldn't come up here and bring him up. But, and this ain't really the place to do that. And again, like I said, you know where you at. So I don't know what, I guess you want to come up here and say whatever you need to say, but I mean, it's not finna be about him. And we already know how we doing out here. So if you can get up on stage, conduct yourself accordingly. I'm just telling you right now. No, real quick, I just want to say something. Go ahead. I mean, in a second, I just want to let it be known. And I didn't even realize until after the fact, shout out Connie Collins, while she was out there taking care of business out there in front of 106, brother, you saw OG Skip out there. I'm going to need you to, when you come up on this stage, you show respect and reverence to where you at, brother. So, I'm just, you went out there and it was cool for you then. Leave people alone. People are leaving you alone. Don't act like folks is fooling with you and doing all of that. Go better. West Coast time. So, let's not do that. So if you come up here, don't come lying on nobody. And because again, we all intertwined out here. So you already know this shit could go straight in the court before you even show up. So don't play that down that road. I'm just giving you forewarning. Boom. Anyway, next.
Is it me?
You got it.
Real quick, from one.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Hold on, Fred. From one coon to another. I got some breaking news for the family. A coon has just left the earth. Don't laugh. Diamond and Silk. Diamond supposedly has passed on. So again, family, it doesn't pay. Cooning doesn't pay, and supposedly her family's out here soliciting contributions for her funeral. Now, I don't want to make fun of people that's passed on, but again, people, family, don't laugh.
Nope.
Trump ain't fitting that bill. Okay, so again.
Hallelujah.
Listen, you ain't listen, we all have common interests, okay? So again, you don't vote off emotions, you vote off common interests. I'm not in Chicago. I will leave that up to the Chicago family. But as far as I'm up here basically to speak about Diamond and Silk, the coon has passed on. So again, there's a coon on the moon, and I just want to let y'all know, continue on with life. Peace and blessings.
Which one is Diamond? The short-haired one?
Give me one second. I think it's the short-haired one. I'm not sure. All them coons look alike to me. I don't really know, to be honest with you, brother Sal, but beast, you ain't shit.
Is it me?
We ain't no earthly good right now.
Yo, I'm not sure who's next. I'm trying to find something in Jumbotron.
Was it me?
Next is Fred.
Yes, it's you and
Okay.
then me.
Okay, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. This room is probably about the most productive room that I've been in, because this is where I feel like if you're owed reparations from this government, this is where most of the people in here is where I feel like our heads should have been anyway. There's something that I call a stinking ass, jaded, rag and ratchet syndrome. Like, I went into a room and it's just because it said reparations. This chick, I'm asking her about the issue. And then all of a sudden she got to talking about, how often do I listen to Tariq Nasheed? And I'm thinking to myself, so then I asked her something else. Then she brought Tariq back up. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, did he pump and dump you? Y'all, he asked me these questions. Why don't you ask him? Let
me tell you, the obsession is real. I had someone write at me pretending to be Tariq, and then I knew there was something weird going on. And when they didn't ask to take me out, and I said, "Well, can I see a picture?" They didn't want to show me a picture. I said, "Okay, well then it's a no, obviously." I said, "I'm very picky." And they was like, "Oh, but that was Tariq. You would let me know." I said, "What the hell?" I'm gonna stop, but this has to be a new disorder that has yet to be classified, because I've never seen anything like this in my godly life. I've never seen people obsessed with one man. I don't know. Tariq must keep protection on him. I see why he keeps security. This is, and it's not even woman. It's not the woman. It's men. I've never seen anything like this. I've never in my life experienced anything like this. But that's all I want to say.
No, he's like the Michael Jackson of hate. Tariq is literally like the Michael Jackson of hate.
Okay.
If you you can hate on somebody so much that you could cry and pass out. Tariq would be him. Brother Fred, you got it, brother.
My thing is this. I always told, I was kept wondering why people are keep on bringing up this Piemonte dude. So I would like, just like right now, if you qualify, I don't care how you describe yourself, if you're a non-immigrant Black descended from American slavery, let's get the money first. Because one thing about us is this: The whole world actually is invested in us getting our reparations because we delegitimize America from pretty much doing anything negative to any other country because all they got to do is point to what America's doing to us. Now I'm mute.
Yes, indeed. I totally agree, brother. And Dwan B, you in the chat. Hey, Pan African, go follow me. Follow Dwan B. Follow somebody, bro. Cause let's not do this, man. I mean, cause I know what you finna turn around and do, like a lot of people do. Man, they ain't let me on. No. Pan African and Strikes Back. Go follow me, and I will get you on this platform. But don't sit up here and play no games, brother, and turn around and act like somebody did something to you. Like, no, we're not doing that, fam. So y'all know, I'm just going on the record. I'm not keeping this brother off the stage, and he ain't having no problems out of Beezilla, so there's nobody that can say, Beezilla, he keeping me off the stage. No, you got open access to come on in here. Just follow me. Send me, well, I said, no, you can't. But go ahead and follow me and I'll get you up.
Hey, let's keep it moving. I think who did, and I can't see the whole name, sister, but it's on you.
I think it was Sister Marion, unless we're going out of order.
No, I think Sister Marion dropped. You can go. No, okay, yes. Who did? You can go, sister, and then I'm going to get back to Marion.
Got you. Thank you to the host and the co-host. I must have sat down in that audience for a long time. And so here I am. Well. I must tell you, I've been trying to figure out how to word what I'm going to say. But I would start out with this. I felt like deja vu. It must have been a back into the future. Something all in one swoop around my brain cell. Okay, I heard the dig against the elders. I think we need to just lay it on the table. We need to stop pointing this finger at each other. Because as far as I know, when I turned 18, I started voting. So I started thinking for myself. I ain't blame my mother. I didn't blame my sister. I didn't blame my brother. Every day I wake up, I blame me. But for for those who want to, go knock yourselves out until you turn blue in the face and see what you end up with when you're done doing it. Because I've heard it enough. I've been on Clubhouse. My 1 year anniversary came on the 5th of January, 2023. So you can just imagine how long I've been hearing it. I'm an elder, 60 years old. Good Lord kept me here for 60 years so far. And I am done hearing it. I think the next time a person says out their mouth, they need to look in the mirror, because as soon as you turn 18, hopefully when you walked out that door into the real world, you knew you was going to have to put your thinking cap on. See, I didn't have a choice in that. My mother told me every day of my life, I am preparing you for the real world. She didn't leave no room for me to cry and say, Mom, why didn't you tell me this? Mom, why didn't you do this 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Mom, why didn't you do it? No. Just can't go there. Because Mom is my world. She is and will always be my world. Everything that I operate from comes from her. Good or bad? Yes, Lord, it does. Even if she done something wrong, I'm taking the flat for it. It's not falling on her shoulders. No, sirree. It's not going to happen while I'm breathing. But y'all help me to clear up something tonight. I want y'all to be proud of that. Y'all really did help me to clear up something, because I'm not going down deja vu. replay of civil rights. I've been scratching my head for that one since Obama got in office. I must say, he really hurt me because I had to work on his campaign. I didn't have to do it. I volunteered. So I've been hurting since then. I've been in a lot of pain because I brought it hook, line, and sinker about this voting mess. It's nothing but a voting mess. But y'all helped to clear up something for me. Because I'm sure a lot of our people did not want to integrate with these evil human beings. But here we find ourselves 50-some years later. How much pain have we went through from that integration? I went to school one day in junior high school and I looked around. I didn't know how they got there. I didn't know how I got there. How did I end up in the school with these people? Well, I can tell you now, I'm figuring it out. Somebody decided to vote integration for the masses of black people. So I will tell you now, tonight, y'all have cleared up something for me. Those who do not agree with how persons are fighting, how they are approaching the fight, they have got to stand up and be recognized. They got to stand on their square. Whether they have to go down alone or go down in with 10 people or 5 people, they're just going to have to live with that. Because I'm not passing on to my daughter any brain dead cells if I can help it. She know how her mother is. I would not be passing any brain dead cells on to her. She knew from the time that I could talk to her, I raised her to think for herself. That's what my mother taught me, so I had to teach it to her. So I'm saying think for yourself. If you don't agree with how Freeman is doing this fight, if you don't agree with how FBA is doing this fight, you don't agree with how B1 is doing this fight, if you don't agree with how ADOS is doing this fight, then you need to decide who you want to align yourself with. Because we're at the end of that road. It's not going to be no second go round. It will be no second go round. It will be no third go round. This is the last stand. This is our final stand. It will be our final stand. So at least go down with a clear conscience that you stood on what you believe in, what you researched, and what you could live and die on. Because that's what I'm going to live and die on. Because that's what I was taught from my mother. And I live and die on boycotting this sorry country. I will support my brothers and sisters who believe in fighting the reparations the way they want to fight it. But my way is boycotting. It's not voting. It's not, that's probably second or third. It surely is not first. So y'all help me tonight. I want to thank y'all for that. I really do want to thank you because I've been sitting up here telling everybody we just need to come together. We just need to unify. We just need to unify. Well, y'all cleared up a lot of cobwebs in my head. I know now I need to double down, triple down, quadruple down on boycotting. That's gotta be something seriously wrong there. That we can't find one black person to put up. That means that we ain't done our work yet. We wanna jump through these hoops. We wanna jump to third base and home. But I'm not part of that club. I'm just not a part of that club. I'm sorry to have to exclude myself, but I'm gonna do my part for North Carolina. I'm gonna do my part, even though I don't believe in voting. I'm gonna still do my part to try to connect with other North Carolina residents. I'm just gonna try to do that part, even though I don't believe in it. Until we get organized and know our numbers, we should not be inviting anyone into our family. But we don't want to do that hard work. I'm glad to hear Miss Grizzly say something about database. Because when I first came on Twitter and said database, I could have literally got shot if somebody would have had a weapon in their hand. I literally could have got shot. the same thing on Clubhouse and fan base. So I see we are making some progress. We are starting to figure out we need to crunch those numbers. Number 10 people, we need to know their names and addresses if possible. Well, we maybe won't get the address, but maybe we can get the name so we can slap these sorry candidates in the face with it every time they step out of line. I want to thank y'all again with closing for helping to get the cobwebs out my head. Thank you kindly, and please do not be taking no more dibs at my elders, because if I hear it, I'm sure you know you're going to hear from me. Thank you kindly.
Absolutely, sister. Thank you so much. And
Yes, ma'am.
I want to stress when we speak of elders, we speak of the ones who are not actually elders. Our elders are the ones that actually cultivate the young, cultivate the next generation, pass down the love and energy to the next generation, just as you are speaking life into souls right here in this space as we speak. And so I don't want you to ever take offense, because I'm less than 20 years away from you. I don't want you to ever take offense. Go look at my friends list. So it's what we're saying is there's a difference between the elders and the people who have given up on their future generations. And y'all, and at this stage in the game, being an elder is a choice and a willful decision. And you take on a responsibility to look out for our generations and the ones after us. And that is a great charge with that. And it goes with absolute commendation. So salute to you, sister. And I hope you can learn to handle the different generations coming your way with grace, as long as they are coming in the position and space and stance of furthering this movement and furthering our agenda and furthering our empowerment. By all means, sister, please impart your wisdom and energy and your energy of protection on those souls. I would just implore that upon you. But my brother had something to say. Go ahead, bro.
I just want to say yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Yes, ma'am. I feel like I'm about to get whooped with a switch. So yes, ma'am. I understand exactly what you said. I appreciate you. Definitely. All family. Yes, man. Hey, anybody in here, can I get like a heart if you give her a yes, ma'am? Can I get a heart or a 100 and an emoji? I need a yes, ma'am right here. So yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
And that's my point, my sister. So just know the place that you play and the role that you play in the lives, especially for those who have not necessarily had a solid structure. Because there's people that are coming along in these spaces that have not had a mama or a daddy. And not saying that you need to facilitate that, but being the positive energy in these spaces just for our younger generations that have had to endure trauma, that is also a positive thing. So I encourage all of that and all of y'all to do that, because that's how we heal one another. Because we have to give a fuck. We have to care. You have to care. And I hope y'all understand, like the three of us up here, y'all ain't gonna get along. I know people don't like me just because people feel whatever they feel about me. You know, the biggest thing I've ever got is people feel that I'm arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I'm passionate. I give a shit. And I actually don't really give too much of a shit about myself. Every day, this is who I am. And I want y'all to know, man, there's people out here that give a shit about our people. We care. And yeah, we'll take the hits for y'all. But man, we take care of your advocates. The world has enough for us. We do not have to be torn down from the inside. And I mean, I've dealt with all of it. So, and I know other people. So if y'all look at a Tariq Nasheed and a Jason Black and Professor Black Truth, there are some strong ass men. I hope y'all respect that. It takes a strong individual to take that kind of scrutiny and keep trucking. So understand, man, you got people here to really give a damn, and we willing to give our lives for the folks. So, I mean, and even with, this is a thankless job. Ain't nobody paying me. Ain't nobody paying, we get paid off of the business we do. Don't kid yourselves, folks. The world's paying attention to this stage. Take care of your advocates. This brother Marcel don't need to be scrutinized over every damn decision he makes on a daily basis. You would never do that to anyone you know. So don't knock this man. Don't knock this man. Don't knock Sage. Don't knock my brother Eastside sitting off in the wing. And everybody else. Nick, this is a family. And this is how we need to be moving. Don't y'all feel this? Ain't this moving in your veins? Don't. There ain't shit else. Make a choice. Alpha, I know you got something to say.
Always do. I got to send a salute to everybody who spoke tonight, because I think we probably going to wrap this up. I want to let my brother Eastside and Pro, I can't say your whole name, and our sister Miriam get everybody get a last word in and stuff, because, I got a grilled cheese sandwich I've been sitting on, man, for about an hour. Now I got to microwave this goddamn sandwich, and I was trying to eat it when it was fresh off the goddamn skillet, but it's all good. I want to send a salute to everybody who came through, because y'all know we started off this year already with a lot of unnecessary beats, and we ain't having that. I'm going to tell you that off top, off rip. We're not having that. We're going to keep this conversation on track. We're going to keep this conversation focused, because those of us who are genuinely, sincerely focused on doing the work and about uplifting and uprising our community, we are not going to be sidetracked by negative nonsense. Trust and believe, every tether, every minion of supremacy, all the supremacists all across the world, we know who they are. We've identified them. We done framed them. They want us to fight each other. They want us to go back and forth. They want us to bicker. This is the spot where intelligent Black people meet. We take what we, conversate here, we take it into the streets, and then we do the same thing over and over. We replicate that. And that's exactly what we're going to continue to do. So I want all my brothers and sisters who are putting in the work to continue putting in the work. I want all my brothers and sisters who are navigating around all that negative energy to go ahead and stay positive. And I want all my brothers and sisters to continue to work with each other. I want everybody doing good. Matter of fact, I want everybody to do better than me. If you get more money than me, good. If you got more finances than me, good. If your kids is off to a great start, they're going to the best school, got a bright future, good. I want all my people to succeed, because we are all better together. And that's what it's all about. It's the FBA family tree. So all the nonsense and all the bickering and stuff that started off this year, we ain't having that. This is going to be 2023, and we're going to build off what we did in 2022. We're going to leave that negative energy behind, and we're going to take it forward. So we had this space, and I talked to my brother, Big Zilla. I talked to my brother, Marcel. I wanted to do this space so we can get the conversation back on track. And I believe we got this conversation back on track. Got a little hot and heavy, but that's what we do over here on this side. It's all good. It ain't nothing like, shit, it's like a family reunion, man, or shit, come to my family, man, at the barbecue. It'll get way worse than this. But at the end of the day, we all gonna dust off. We all gonna go home. We all gonna stay straight. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue to keep this momentum going. We started off with some people bickering. You know what I'm saying? We even had, our grandmother yell at us a little bit, but that's what it is. It's all indicative of our culture. This is our heritage. It ain't nothing that we're not used to. My brother Harriet Tubman's pistol came through, and he spoke that real, because he always do. That's what we got to continue to keep it pushing. So I'm going to let everybody get their last word in. I just want everybody to know that this is the energy. We are not going to stop. We're going to stay focused. Everything is good. It don't matter what they throw at us. Every goddamn tether across the planet Earth, every fleedman, every fleer, every goddamn supremacist and minion, they're not going to make us fight each other. So we'll stop and say, we don't want reparations. We'd rather fight. Fuck that. We're going to get reparations, and we're going to leave everything to the side. So I see Pro, I know you were trying to talk. and then Eastsiders, and then we're going to spin it around on Sister Miriam, Beatzilla. I think Marcel might have dropped out, but if you come back up, we're going to wrap it up. But I appreciate everybody for coming through. And this is what has to happen. Anytime that there's some type of negativity or any type of conflict or just any type of negative vibe, and anybody in here sees that stuff is starting to affect the community too much, real ones got to step up, put everybody at the table, navigate it properly, and make sure that things get done in a productive fashion. And I'm going to always do that, as well as I see my brothers and sisters right here. Y'all going to do the same, and we do it together because we are stronger together. So, Pro, it's all on you. We're going to bust that block and bring it back, and then we're going to go ahead and end this space. And by the way, Georgia Bulldogs, national champions. All right, let's keep it moving.
Man, much respect, man. Appreciate y'all. You know, I don't do these Twitter spaces often because I'm trying to be productive in my real life, man, but I pick and choose which ones I'm going to. And I knew that this room would be real. I knew the brothers who was hosting. I know what y'all about. So much respect to y'all again, man. And I also, you know, you brought up Harriet Tubman's pistol, and I wanted to piggyback off that brother's energy because a lot of the moves I've made was a sacrifice for future generations, and it was for legacy, man. My whole stick is I want everybody on here to know that your manifestations are true, that the power you put into the air is real. It's not make-believe, that what the energy the ancestors give you is true. I say all that to say this. The last time you heard me speak, I was in an RV. Now you hearing me speak, and I'm in a 2-bedroom house, and I got twins on the way. We out here getting stuff done, man. I ain't been on the social media. I've been trying to get some stuff going. Shout out to the brothers with the YouTube pages. I respect y'all, man. I follow all of y'all. I'm trying to do something, too, to show people what I actually got going on. But like I said, I got these babies on the way, so I just... And I also want to say much respect to Marcel, man. That brother deals with a lot. That brother shoulders a lot, and that it earns the respect. And I have nothing bad to say about that brother. When it comes to the beefs, when it comes to the issues, I say, man, I respect Tariq Nasheed. That brother wrote books that I read, and they changed my life. I actually made moves off of those books, man. I actually found a wife off of those books, man. So whenever it comes to beef, you shut down anybody just talking, and you look at the utility. The usefulness. What are you actually producing, providing for the people that they can actually use, man? So I'm trying to get myself in that position, but I got to take care of my family first. But just know, we got plans for all the people making moves on reparations. I got what I need, man. But now I need that money so I can develop something and get my people out here with me, man, so we can escape these curses these folks trying to put on us. So I just want to, piggyback all the power and all the energy and say much love and respect. And just know, whenever they ask, what y'all gonna do with money? Hey, we already know what we doing with our money, man. We building a nation for our own people, within a nation, powernomics. So I just encourage everybody to keep doing what you're doing. Much love and respect.
Congratulations to you, my brother. Congratulations on the come up, family.
Man, and I gotta say, as a person who has spent time sleeping in a vehicle, brother. Congratulations to you, man, because people go through shit in this life, man, and ups and downs and all type of shit. And congratulations to you for even having that movement and staying focused and staying dedicated throughout it and not wavering. Salute to you.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, brothers. On that, I want to say shout out to the sisters who were on code as well, man. I shout out my queen, man, who was willing to come out here. She was like, look, I got twins on the way now, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. But God is always on time, man, and that's when that come up happens. So I'm telling you, your manifestations are true, man. I just had to get off that hamster wheel. It wasn't the perfect situation. I had to make a leap of faith, but I believed in my power. I researched enough to really know who we are, and I acted on it. I produced something from it, and that's why I'm here to stand on it today and stand on my heel and tell y'all, man, we really doing this, man. So keep that energy going, and much love to y'all.
And they still mad at Kyrie. But, that's faith. Salute to you and your queen and your family, man. Congratulations to you, my brother.
Eastside, it's all on you, man. Give us some of that Ohio energy, brother.
Shout out to GA for winning it. Even though it should have been, O-State, but whatever.
Hey, brother. Hey, I'm originally from Ohio, family. I'm originally from Ohio. So I was rooting for Ohio last week, man. But, I had to go with the team to beat us, brother. You feel me?
Yeah, I could dig it. But I understand what our brother was talking about, man. I've slept in my car before. I didn't been homeless. I know what that's like, And you hear all these people talking about what they do for vets and all that. Man, we ain't going to worry about that because we know what time it is at the end of the day. you know, and I am grateful for this space, man. I am grateful to see our family that's like-minded, you know, that we all can come in, you know what I'm saying, for the collective goal, you know. And I'll also say this, you know, just forgive me because I'm, you know, kind of coughing up my lung here. But I'm trying to put together the resources to gather land so we can train our people. You know, we want to make sure that everybody's combat efficient. I want to make sure that we don't have Tulsa repeated, as well as, you know, was it St. Petersburg or, you know, Wilmington, you know, Bruce Beach, or, you know, Seneca Village, you know, Lake Lanier. I mean, the list can go on. You know, my goal is to make sure that once we do get reparations, because we're going to get it, and we're going to get it on our terms, not theirs. Not no tellers, not no Sambo bootlicker that came off the plantation with us. It's going to be on our terms, not theirs. They don't get to decide. You know, we do. And when that happens, we're going to need a means of protecting it. Right now, we're in the belly of the beast, and we have been fighting off the world's strongest superpower as we know it. But we're going to defeat them, even if we got to do it slowly. You know, eat away at them like cancer if we got to, but they will fall. Like our brother Beatzilla said, Babylon will fall. And I'll land there.
Our sister Miriam, go ahead. The floor is on you, my sister.
Thank you, brother. You know how it is when you're at work. So I would just like to say I am so grateful every time you guys do a space, because I feel like, you know, it's an extension of family. And whether you know it or not, I'm the fourth co-host at all times. But on a more serious note, when we're talking about our youth and touching back for that, and this is why we do it, not only for the heart that beats inside of our chest, but that those little ones, when they look up at us with those big eyes. And then some of us who have grown children, some of us who have, you know, children of various age or and becoming nanas and, you know, grandmoms and grandpas. So we do it for them, and we do it for everyone after them. As you were saying, Brother Vicilla, we just think about it. Our grandchildren or our younger children being born into their lineage, heritage, wealth, Black wealth. As the brother was saying, power economics. We must build for our youth. We must build for ourselves because we deserve it too. I don't do defeatism. I don't do that I'm a tired nigga attitude and it's time to forget nigga attitude, because that does not create positivity, and you cannot manifest that. That's defeatism. You might as well go on and rescind back up your dad nutsack if you have that mindset. Excuse my French. So it is about teaching skills. I mean, if a person want to go to college this day and age, have fun with that. But it's really about actually learning skills. We also need to learn how to do counseling. I didn't say necessarily mental health, because counseling to a certain extent is supposed to help someone touch bases with their deep traumas or how to solve and get to a problem. It's only meant to be a tool, and you only need that. It depends on your case, but 6 months to a year, you should be good because you should have figured it out. People get addicted to things, and like that one lady talking about she in therapy, this her 6-7 years. Sister, you been rode. You been taken for a long boat ride without a damn paddle. I meant just the foolishness that you run across. And it's, you know, some good cures out here for when people, you know, want to look in the mirror and they want to be anything and everything but who and what they truly are. You know what? People, it's very difficult for people to admit who they really are and what they really are, because folks believe in lying because to be social and a lot of this construct out here that we call America, a lot of people lie about who and what they are and their affiliations and what is going on when we are born into a society that's built off of illusion. And the only ones who ever kept it real is foundational Black, certified foundational Black Americans. I want to shout out to some of the brothers in the room I may not have shout out to earlier, which is Brother Sage and Brother Racer Bow, Brother Re-Ups, Brother Jeff Will, Brother Eastsiders, hey Brother Pro, and there's so many other great, wonderful brothers here. I tell you, I love you. Like you said, this is an alpha male space. Even if you play for the other team, you still represent yourself as the masculine form of that other team. Because, like I said, we run by the code, we run by ethics, we run by stability, accountability, and we don't have forked tongues around here. So a lot of people have to look in the mirror and do a lot of soul healing, a lot of soul checking, because, you know, I don't have time for someone to lie to me. I raised my children on the fact that whether you 9 or 99 or 9, which meaning 9 months, 9 years of age, or 99 years of age, deal with truth. I've never sugarcoated or lied to my children about anything. They got straight hard facts. And of course it was delivered in a way in which they could understand depending on the age. We have to stay focused on our children and their education. And, you know, as I was saying in other spaces, we have to make sure that we deprogram and detox our children when they come from out of this sad construct of a country at times. There's a lot of great, beautiful things about this country, but it's a lot of wickedness, and we've experienced a lot of wickedness. But in that eye of diversity, we still, and trauma and things of that nature, we still shine. We still push through because we are so creative. We have ingenuity, we have our intellectual properties, and we have our God-given talents, just natural talent. Some are athletic, some are musical, some who can sing, some who have just ingrained knowledge. Just brothers and sisters, we just keep pushing forward and do what we need to do as a whole. And I wanted to touch upon what you were saying, Brother B. Silla, about the fact that they are going to get $100,000 plus. Now that's true reparations. It's going to be perpetual, and I can gift it to my child and their child and their child and their child after that. That's what lineage base is about. That's a good start, and that's a first shake. So whatever they're doing in Portland with that, if that's what's getting ready to happen out there, I think that is pretty freaking awesome. And also what Brother Marcel was saying about protecting a lot of our dwellings and older Black buildings and businesses from eminent domain, that's something that needs to be pushed too. And we don't never need to be taxed. We need to be tax-free. We need delineation, deportation. We need to be protected along the lines of the other two things that I mentioned earlier. And I know we can focus, and as Brother Alpha, as well as you, Brother B. Silla, had discussed earlier, that take your emotions out of it. Yes, we are women, but we also know how to play. But our men are the main focus. We hold that space too. Take the emotions out of it. We must be clear-headed and clear-minded and focused. And we have to do policy over everything else except for lineage. If it's pushing our issues, if it's getting what we need for our people, we are not going to sell out. We are not going to sell ourselves short. And we are definitely going to make sure it's ironclad. That's why it's lineage based. We do not want these tethering on to us. Peace out, family. I'll continue to listen. I yield my time.
Sister Miriam, thank you as always. You said you like the fourth co-host. And you know, I always appreciate you, my sister. And like I said, thank you for not just being in these spaces, but also being a support to these platforms of the voices of New Black Media. So you're much appreciated. With that being said, I had.
I would like to say some closing words, please. Oh, excuse me.
No. We're going to. I was trying to get to you, and I was looking. Oh, promote black. Okay, I had to look at the way it was spelled because it's spelled two different ways. So promote black, which actually, did you have to make a new profile? Promote black. You're another profile, ain't you?
Oh no, this is the same profile, man. I be ducking and dodging. I'm like the sister said earlier, man. I block people who look suspicious. I block people who look like agents, man. But it's just promote black, and the reason why it's a different term was the word moat means mainstream, mainstay, something that's gonna last as far as name brand. And so I want to promote everything black to that level as far as it's something that's recognizable as far as like legacy building and brand name as far as our businesses and who we are as a people. That's just what I'm about. That's what it started off as. And then, God takes us on different journeys, which leads me to just be quick and say to anyone looking for land, I found mine on www.landwatch.com, www.landwatch.com. So for anybody who's trying to, put those pieces together, even if you don't have everything, like I told this one sister a long time ago, either you get the apartment or you get the new job. You got to make a move. You either going to get the job first, then you get the spot, or you get the spot, then you get the job. But you got to play the cards you dealt. And before you know it, that's when the pieces actually fall into place, but you got to move on it. You can't wait for it to be perfect, but just make it happen. And I just want to land there.
I appreciate that.
If I may, brother, can I shout out to the beautiful sister Connie? I didn't know you were in the room. Shout out to you, beloved.
Hey, Connie, I see you. And I seen a few, of course. Tesla was in the house earlier. I even see Lucy Genius in the house. And of course, my sister Lioness Crown, as always. Racial Ball, what's going on, brother? And my brother Black Star 2.0 that actually has a interview video coming up with our co-host Marcel Dixon, but you know how Twitter does, so or YouTube does. So if you put up something they don't like, then they might have to hold you off. So that video won't be airing until next week on my brother Black Star 2.0's channel. But with that being said, okay, I see Marcel just got back in. When you in the low country, sometimes you got to deal with country Wi-Fi, family. So your battery life might, it might die in the country, and you just got to charge up for a second to get back on. With that being said, I'm going to let you go, Andre. Now, I remember last time you came up here, you kind of put your foot in your mouth. But let's get it right, because I'm not going to stay here all night. So let's go ahead, brother.
Wait, what do you mean? You come up here and you babble. You know what you do. Andre, you know what you do. You babble and you never talk on topic. You know that. You always try to shoehorn this weird thing with Marxism and socialism and communism. You always try to make people talk about what you want to talk about instead of talking about the topic. You know what you do already. So why are you acting like you don't, Andre?
I don't know why you feel the need to come at me like that, Marcel. I don't know you.
No,
you're telling me what I always do. Now you're talking over me when I respond to you. Like, it sounds like you're being defensive. Why don't you let me go? The man.
Andre, listen, nobody. No one's coming for you, but you know that's what you do. You know that. You know you do that.
All right,
I
but
just,
you don't have to spend your time worrying about what I do. All right, Marcel, you got
okay,
enough on your hands. We all do.
okay. Yeah. Andre, focus on me.
I'm
What do you have to say for the
I'm
Nah, I just got Andre on out to space, brother. We out here putting out that real energy, certified. Everybody, everybody speaking that good stuff, man. I ain't trying to hear about Marxism. Hey, this is a reparation round table, not a square table or a triangle table. Okay, so no.
I tried to be fair because I'm like, yo, I almost didn't let you up, bro, but okay, I'll give you a shot.
And he messing the landing up, man. We out here. We got good energy and everything. I'm feeling good. I got my grilled cheese waiting on me. The Georgia Bulldogs just won. My brothers and sisters out here vibing. I ain't trying to hear about no Marxism, socialism, none of that weirdo stuff he be on, man. I got my brother Marcel in the building, Big Zilla, Merriman, everybody, man. We gonna keep it pushing, man. We was landing real good. Ain't nobody gonna fuck this landing up. This landing gonna be nice and perfect, and we all gonna go home and enjoy our nights. So go ahead, Zilla.
So back to bed.
Can I make my closing comments now?
Wait. Go.
That block game on tight, boy. He thought he was finna come mess with one of us. Not.
Hey, you better go to another space. Yes, ma'am. Who did this? It's all on you, family. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yes, I would like to say thank you again to the space. I definitely enjoyed all of my time here. It's been very difficult to go start the new year, so I'm gonna have to be very, very selective of the spaces that I go into because I have a lot of work to do offline. Thank all the sisters. I haven't been in enough spaces with Marion, but I definitely can remember her in other spaces, and she always catches my ear. With a lot of other people that I get to hear in other spaces, I can't name them all, but that's what our community needs, a voice that can hopefully help a person dig themselves out of that trauma that we have to live with day to day. One thing we can probably be sure of that as long as this world is going to be in existence, we are probably going to have to deal with trauma, but we can help each other get through it and lessen the impact. That's what my goal is. Every day I get up, I can't control everything that I would like to control, but I can lessen the impact of it. So I would definitely try to do that. I also want to thank Brother Beatzilla for the encouraging words and Black Alpha, all the other brothers. One thing I did come to the stage initially for was to second what Miss Gazilla said about the men. I think we're definitely have to refocus our attention on our men. I think we have enough data to understand just how much of an attack that's been on them. And with me having the chance to listen to more of these audio books in the history, it's giving me a more understanding of what our men have been up against. I can't step into their shoes and really grasp what they have been up against, but I can step in the shoes of a woman and understand that a lot of doors have been opened for women that have not been open for men. And if they ever go down, then that's the end of all of us. So we got to do more, a whole lot more, to help our women not to attack our men. I know the men will take their role and help them and talk to the men, but the last year has been very painful to hear and see spaces of women going against our men. I don't think they fully understand what kind of attack they are on. They are reducing our population with deaths, prison, and now LGBTQ. So we can't imagine what they're up against because we are a woman. And I believe, like Marion said, if enough men do not step up, I know women are going to do that. Because when you're talking about coming after women's cubs, then you don't know what kind of fight you got on your hands. I know our men gonna stand their ground, but once you start coming after the kids, you have really just went to the end of the road. So let's just try to do our part to support in whatever way that you feel you have a passion or you have a skill or a talent, and every bit of it will come together and make a difference. If you believe in reparations, if you believe in B1 or ADOS or whatever you believe in, just know that it all is for our ancestors, for ourselves, and for our kids. Whether you agree with this person or that person, do not allow it to break down the network, the chain that connects us all. Each time we take our breath, we are connected. We are not separate. We won't ever be separate until we're dead and gone. And then we still will be connected after life. So we have to, that has been the most disturbing thing for me, is all of this toxicity. I don't know why folks would want to spend time doing a character assassination on each other. We got enough folks wanting to do that. So if I disagree with my brother or sister, I know how to part ways and still love them, still want to support them. And it takes a lot to want to do that, but you got to do it. You got to put your feelings to the side, because there's going to be a lot of people we're going to run into that we don't like, and we don't want to rub elbows with. But we're all connected. If that person over there that I don't know go down, I go down with them. So we just have to look at it like that. So thank y'all for the space. I will try to make as many spaces in the future as I can, but I will be doing a lot of stuff offline, and I will be rooting for all of my brothers and sisters, what they're working on. If I can help out, just hit me up. If I don't catch what you're doing, just pass it on to me in my DM, and I will make time to take a look at it. I want to wish everybody the best. Stay safe. Please stay.
That is absolutely incredible. Like, you literally spoke my soul.
I'm sorry, my
Like,
phone went dead on me almost, but I'm done. I'm gonna land. I took too long, but I wish everybody to stay safe, stay out of harm's way, and
no,
keep supporting and loving each other.
you
Yeah, you
done
never took too long. You never took too long. You amongst family. Never that. You got all the time in the world. You amongst family.
and you just don't understand what that means to me and my brother right here. And I'm sure my brother Marcel as well. Because you don't understand the conversations we have off script. And I don't even fool with, I do not interact with people offline that do not really give a shit about this movement. Everybody I deal with is invested. So what you just said is like confirmation to not just myself, but to others, of why we just letting us know we ain't crazy for why we do this. And dealing with our people, we they say hurt people. It takes a special kind of person to have a compassion, to put themselves on the line for a group of people that they already know are hurt. Which means what? When they feel pressured or backed in the corner, they'll lash out on the closest thing to them. In this stage in the game, it's a Marcel. It's a Tariq Nasheed. It's a Jason Black. Because these are the people you can see. These are the people who will get in spaces and engage you. You believe that this person they allowed me access. I now can nullify all of their achievements and all of their accomplishments because they're in the space with me and we're equal. No. They are allowing something for you that most of the people to whom you followed over your whole life, calling them stars. These people have done something different and allowed you to even talk to them. They know your name. But these are your stars today. Should they be treated less than J.R. Ewing? Not saying that these people are doing something for the outside establishment. What I am saying is these are the J.R. Ewing level types of personalities that you have talking about benefits for you and your future and your family. Do these people deserve the brunt of your anger, of your question marks, while you'll go to work every freaking day getting a check that is signed by someone who does not look like you? But we're going to scrutinize donations on people who have money. They didn't steal it from someone. They donated legal money. And if you don't know anything about the IRS because you've never had the pleasure of being audited because you weren't on their radar enough. Yeah, I've been audited 3 times. Garnished 3 freaking times by the IRS. Not balling, but because I talk this shit, I get this intention. On my oldest son, who is 23 right now, on his 2nd birthday, I got one of my 2nd audit. So some of us have been at this for a while, and I just hope y'all understand. This life ain't for the weak-hearted. If you are thin-skinned, sit your little ass down and go do something else. If you think that arguing about what we gonna call it, that's why some of us are looking at y'all like y'all fucking crazy. Stop thinking that you showed up in 2022 able to call someone out. You aren't equipped with understanding or the track record or the resume needed to even be in such a space speaking. And this is why we're having a large part of the problem right now, because too many people are running in their damn mouths. If you are still taking financial aid for school, shut the fuck up about reparations.
Yeah, I want to make it very clear. There are some people who are indeed obstructionists, and they know who they are. And I will have no idea why the people who know they're not obstructionists will be offended by me saying that there are people who are obstructionists if they themselves say they are not obstructionists. Then why the hell are you offended? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. There are indeed people who are obstructionists. And Philippe made something very clear. Some of these people calling themselves attacking me, I never dissed them. Never insulted them like they claim other people were doing, and that's why they had a problem with those individuals. Never went out of my way to make sure that their ancestry was included by not even getting into the matter of ancestry, making sure that reparations stayed on where it should have been focused. If you are a descendant of American slavery, that was all that should matter. My policy and my plan focused on that, even defended them. And some of them still had a problem. Even before I endorsed Gabriel Piemonte, of whom I stand behind, because it should be policy always. Party never, race never. We got a lot of black faces who are terrorizing other black faces through neglect and sometimes through outright disdain while going out their way to do things for every other policy. And your dumb selves are going to sit there and say that because good policies from us are coming from a white man, I'm supposed to reject it? Well, I'm not. Now, you can choose to, and I will respect that, but I'm not. And I'm going to double down. You see, I think people thought that I was desperate for approval. No, I don't need no one's approval. When I started doing my campaign, running on a Black American First platform, not Black First, but Black American First, I was specifying the type of blackness, going against things that were destroying our community, like elective abortion, illegal immigration, saying that I want us to have more guns. I want to not do gun control. I want to control to whom the guns go. So if you are a violent criminal terrorist, or you have aspirations of being one, you don't deserve the guns. That's how I want to deal with the issue of gun violence, because I called out the Democratic Party. And I knew I didn't have a big entourage. I already knew I was not going to be the most popular kid on the block. But I received way more love and support than I ever could imagine. And I'm still receiving that love and support now. So the people who sit up in spaces trauma bonding, thinking that because they're whining and circle jerking and all they're hearing are other people saying the same thing which they agree with, so they think that everyone agrees with them, you are the minority. Okay? My donations have actually shot up since I stood behind Gabriel. Because you see, people see a real leader is not going to concern themselves with what is easy. A real leader, a good leader who's a good person, is not going to concern themselves with what is popular. A good leader, a good person who's a good leader, is only going to concern themselves with what is right. In me standing behind someone who has not just saying I support reparations, but he has lineage-based policies on his website that he's standing behind, that's the person I'm going to support until I see there's a reason not to, or if I find someone who's better. I make no apologies for that. You see, I'm not just strong enough to stand up for my people with no protection. I tell my nephews all the time, they can get killed doing this street stuff. I let them know, however, I'm more in danger doing this political stuff. Okay, that's really the truth of the matter. And none of that bothers me. I thought about everything. I thought about my family's safety. I thought about my safety. I thought about my livelihood, which you see what they came and what they did. I thought about all types of stuff happening to me. And I stood up and I've never regretted it. And people can like or dislike me, but one thing about me, I'm confident enough to stand up not just to my detractors, I'm also standing up to my supporters. Okay? Let's that be very clear. So I'm putting reparations first. However we get it, as long as we are safe, as long as it's not going to compromise our safety, I'm going to stand for us getting reparations no matter. They actually go to these people and say, because you did this to us, you have more of a responsibility to do right by us. Then you run for office so you can be the candidate I get behind. But when you say that, everyone gets quiet. All of a sudden, all the people who claim they be running people down, which, by the way, is hilarious, and claim that they got that smoke, they get quiet. If you could run people down, then you can run and write your name down on a ballot. You could run down to the Elections Commission and submit papers for your campaign. If you got that smoke, there used to be fire on the campaign trail. You see? Some of you are only relevant and big on Twitter. This is the only place where you feel you can even be a challenge to people that intellectually you know will destroy you. And I'm not even talking about intellectually as far as college education. I'm talking about just people who are on logic, people who are on code. And that's fine. But what you ain't going to do, as you're seeing you can't do, is stop me from pushing this reparations movement forward. Now, I heard there are not one but two trauma bonding spaces happening about me right now. One is from, I think, Sir Major, who's crying about however he didn't feel I treated him right on the stage. And, you know, there you go. That's what people do, trauma bond. When you are doing the work, you don't got time to get into your feelings about how people treat you on Twitter. Okay, I will call out nonsense on Twitter. I definitely will. I will definitely call out hypocritical behavior I'm seeing and toxic behavior I'm seeing. And let me be very clear. Some of these people that are now showing their true colors, after he said it, he was right. Some of them have been saying derogatory, slanderous things about me. I done got the spaces and clips of the places to prove it. And reason why I don't really go by clips and stuff like that, because you don't ever really get the full context. And sometimes a snippet of a recording taken out of context can give a message that was absolutely not being given. But then when I would get the full recording, it was exactly the context we were given. So I am not surprised. If you cannot even stay on code on Twitter for reparations, and all your contributions to the work digitally, virtually, is dissension, you are not a person that I want to have anything to do with off of Twitter. Okay? saying that I think Marcel's ugly, I think Marcel doesn't dress well, whatever, that stuff doesn't bother me. But slander and libel and praising Clyburn for winning because someone you disagree with, y'all, that speaks volume. That's a coon in disguise. So I want to say, y'all, we have to be willing to stand up against our detractors and even stand against some of our supporters when we are doing something for reparations that to some people may not be popular, but is necessary. But a lot of times, y'all, most people are supporting it. It's the people who usually don't have an issue that kick and scream about it and convince themselves that they are the voice of they are the ones who have agreed a consensus. You don't own the consensus. And really, if you have such an issue with a person of another background putting policies forward from us, then you should be running for office to make sure that doesn't happen in your neck of the woods, and yet you don't see them doing that. And with that, I land. Be what you claim you feel others should be doing, or in this case, not do.
Certified salute to my brothers right here. I got to thank my co-hosts, Beatzilla and Marcel. Y'all make sure that y'all donate to my brother Marcel. Make sure you do that. That's my brother. I salute you, family, all the time, all the way, and fuck all the bullshit spaces. Keep doing your thing, family. Beatzilla, you already know what it is, man. All the way live. I appreciate everybody who's came through and spoke. I appreciate everybody who's, just giving us that real energy, man. And we keeping everything back on track. We keeping everything certified here at Tubman's Pistol. I see you, family. Your energy is always appreciated. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Afro Elite as well as everybody. But let me tell you something. This is early January, okay? We just got into this new year. Eventually, we're going to blink and it's going to be springtime and all the flowers and the trees, everything's going to be blooming. And then we're going to blink and it's going to be summer. Then it's going to be back around. All the negative nonsense that a lot of the parasites put out there won't even be remembered. The only thing that's going to be remembered is all of us who work together. Those who work together will be the ones who are remembered, and those who wanted to be in their own little corner as villains, those will be the ones who will be forgotten. That is a fact. And like our brother Marcel just said, leaders do what's right, and we're all leading by example. Whether you're leading by example in your local life, whether you're doing it nationally, whether you're doing it and don't nobody know, because I know for a fact there's a lot of people on this app who work and no one knows about them because they're not trying to get recognition. So salute to them. Everybody out there, we all put this in together. Foundational Black American Freedmen family tree. We ride together, we shine together. And as they always say, being a foundational Black American, it's a little dangerous, it's a little wild, but it's lit as fuck. And we're going to continue to light shit up. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. This has been the Reparations Roundtable. I am Black Alpha Network. Y'all make sure y'all follow me. Follow my brothers, Beatzilla, Afro Elite. Make sure you go donate to my brother Marcel right now. And we're going to continue to bring it. We're going to continue to stay live. So everybody, please stay safe, stay vigilant. And remember, as always, no matter what you do, we are unbreakable. We're untouchable. We're unmatched. And if you look at our lineage right now, we are stronger than ever. Big facts. Have a good night, everybody. Salute. Black Alpha Network. One love.